Like my biggest takeaway is just seeing like member success, like when someone accomplishes something they didn't know that they could. It's okay to feel uncomfortable in this sense, but sometimes it's being uncomfortable that's going to push you into the place that you want to be. I think here at Orangetheory, we do a great job of being family. When you come through the doors, we're going to welcome you in right away.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the St. Pete Professional Spotlight Series. I'm Diego Dorta, Doctor of Physical Therapy with Purpose Physical Therapy. Today I'm joined by Zach, head coach at Orangetheory Fitness in downtown St. Pete. As many of you know, Orangetheory has become one of the most recognized fitness communities in the country, helping people of all ages improve their strength, cardiovascular fitness, and overall health. But beyond the workouts themselves, what really sets Orangetheory apart in our eyes is a supportive community that helps people stay consistent and reach their goals. And all of this starts with the coaches. So today we're going to talk about Zach's journey into coaching, what makes Orangetheory unique, and some of the biggest fitness misconceptions that he sees, and practical advice for anyone looking to become healthier and just more confident in their training habits. So Zach, thanks so much for taking the time to join me today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us. Excited to be here. Excited to chat with you. Excited to talk to people about Orangetheory a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. What first kind of got you interested in fitness?
So growing up, my family, we were all very close. So my family, I grew up close to them, but not everybody cared about their health the way that they should. So that kind of inspired me going to school to go for something health related, right? So I knew going to college, I grew up in Northwest Indiana, went to Indiana University. So I knew that's the direction I wanted to go. Didn't know exactly where in that field I wanted to be, but I knew it was fitness related, health related, trying to help people improve their lives. So that's kind of what led me there. I actually graduated during COVID in 2020. So like it was just a wild time of life. Me and my girlfriend at the time, now she's my wife, we decided to move to Florida during that time. And I was looking around, seeing who was looking for people to work, basically. And with my background, Orangetheory kind of fit, and I kind of just like fell into it. So I've been here for about 5.5 years now, and here we are now.
Let's go. Nice. Kind of dig a little deeper on that. What was did you have like a pivotal moment where you were like, all right, coaching, like that's going to be it. Like, that's what I want to do.
I think it's just to help people in general, just help. Cause like I have the knowledge and like the understanding of how the body works and functions and things and of that nature. And I feel like it's not that they don't want to do things, it's that they don't know how to do things, right? Like you'll find people in the gym randomly working one muscle group or doing one exercise, and they think they're working something completely different. It's like, so just educating, I guess, like the educational aspect. And like I said, I got into it originally because of like wanting to help my family. And because I'm the kid of the family, they're just like, oh, you still don't know what you're talking about, even though you went off to 4 years of school for it, right?
Yeah. That's cool. How's Indiana? How's living out there? That's way different than here in Florida.
Yeah, people are a lot happier in Florida. Like
really?
Yeah, life in general, people are happier. People are nicer, I feel like. In Indiana, I didn't know seasonal depression was real until I moved here. And I'm like, okay, it is actually a thing. But my time in Bloomington at IU was amazing. I'm sad that they decided to win a national championship after I had left. Like when I went to school there, football games you didn't show up to. Like you would tailgate before the game, and then you go home. You wouldn't go into the stadium. And now I'm like, man, what I would give to be there right now. Cool. During last year's run they were on.
I think they'll still be good this year too. So just if you get back into it.
I might have to find my way back up there for a game.
Exactly. So what was kind of your journey once you got to Orangetheory? What kind of led to you kind of becoming a head coach? Like where'd that go from there?
So head coach, I actually just got promoted about a month ago. So I've been just normal coach for about 5 years or so. And it's just a constant learning process. It's everything, fitness is always changing. And then every day in here is different. The workout itself is different, but like the people in here are going to change. What people need is going to change. People change as far as like what their limitations are, what their goals are. So like it's just constantly evolving, and I think that keeps things fresh and kind of keeps you on your toes, where it's not necessarily like the 9 to 5 where you clock in, clock out, do the same thing every day, groundhog's work. Like every day there's something different to tackle.
Yeah.
And now being in this head coach role at the downtown St. Pete location, same thing as far as coaching. Nothing really changes there. But now I just have more responsibilities. I'm able to do more outreach things, able to have better member engagement as far as reaching out, making phone calls, text messages, emails, things like that. So more responsibilities, but also a little bit more fun, more fulfillment as far as being helping people more hands-on in a sense.
Yeah, cool. I think that's something I always talk about, and we share kind of similarities in our profession where
Yeah,
you come into work and like you could have a completely different day than you had yesterday, and even if you're working with the same people, because
yeah,
everyone's constantly changing. What we do, right, is taking where they were from yesterday. We apply a stimulus, then we see how they adapted, and then we
right.
continue to grow from there. So it's so fun to just keep solving this like never-ending puzzle with people.
Truly
So
is, yeah.
I really do love that. Yeah, that's cool. Would you say that's like what you enjoy most about coaching, or is there something else?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I would say so. I think the thing that like my biggest takeaway is just seeing like member success, like when someone accomplishes something they didn't know that they could.
Yeah,
We do something here called benchmarks. And for instance, yesterday we had a 1 mile benchmark. It's basically just a performance test. So rather than just like hopping on a scale and seeing like, oh, my weight's changing, we actually do in studio, in workout, performance based benchmarks to
sweet.
see
Yeah,
where you are, where you were, where you're going. So
cool.
it's 1 mile, get on the tread. We say go, of course, we coach you through it, we motivate you
Yeah,
through it, things like that. But the amount of people that got off and had new personal records, like I beat mine by 20 seconds, I beat mine by 30, and like they're just
yeah,
feeling so accomplished and it's successful. So like that's the rewarding part to me.
yeah, yeah,
So when people are or even like people that didn't realize that they were going for it that day. They're like, oh, I don't feel great today. And then here they come and beat their time by 10 seconds. So it's just
yeah,
like things like that are just the rewarding parts of what I
yeah.
get to do.
It's crazy how often you see that. People come in, they're like, oh, I'm hurting today. Like, we're gonna
Yeah.
take it easy. Like, don't push me today. And then we end up doing, way more than what they did the day before. So
And I
it's
feel like sometimes I tell them too, I'm like, the days that you're not feeling it or the days that you didn't know this was coming. Because
yeah,
for some people, it's like, oh, I didn't realize today was a benchmark. I was like, well, this is about to be the best performance you've ever had
let's
because
go.
you
Yeah.
didn't think about it. You weren't thinking about it prior, just coming in and you're doing it. So you didn't have that time to kind of not stress about it, but play it on your
Mhm.
mind about what you were going to do and things like that. And sometimes that's when the best performance comes.
Yeah, exactly. Having like no expectations there. Yeah, no
Yeah,
stress.
exactly.
Do you have like a specific member success story that like has stuck with you over the years?
Oh man, there's multiple. There's multiple. I think one of the biggest ones. So we do something called a dry try here. So it's
Yeah.
basically just like our version of a triathlon. You do a row, a longer row. You do weight. You do body weight exercises on the weight floor, and you do a longer run.
Mhm.
And the way that the members will rally around the ones that need it is like the most rewarding part and the most like gratifying part. For instance, it's you get a 90-minute time block to do it, right?
Yeah.
So once we say go, you just go around the room at your own pace. You're gonna have people that are really fast and finish this thing in 30 minutes. You're gonna have people that take longer and go up and over an hour, right? Because everybody's
Yeah.
at a different place in their journey. But it's those people that finish in that half hour that see that person still on the tread at that hour mark that then hop back up there and like will run with them the rest of the way. And that's just like it warms your heart a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like
Yeah.
that's
No, that's
awesome.
awesome. Yeah. It's so cool to see people have successes like that. It's so
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Cool. Okay, let's kind of shift our focus and talk a little bit more about Orange Theory
yeah.
specifically. For someone that's never stepped foot in an Orange Theory, like how would you describe what to expect?
Yeah, so it's a 60-minute workout. It's going to be full body. About half your class is going to be cardio based, like on the treadmill. The other half is going to be a mix of strength, endurance, weight floor resistance training. We have TRX straps, we have dumbbells. We'll work with BOSU balls, mini bands, things like that. Every day the workout is different, so it keeps you fresh, it keeps you on your toes. As far as what we're doing on the treadmill, if you're a runner, we do some running. If you're power walk, we'll use incline and lower speeds. So yeah, you get the full body experience in an hour. It's heart rate based, so everybody's wearing a performance tracker on their arm. So in
Yeah.
real time, you see what your heart rate is at on the screen, and that's what coaches coach to as well. Like, hey, this is what we're doing right now. This is how it should feel. This is where your heart rate should be. Is it
Mhm.
there? Perfect. Is it not there? Okay, let's work a little bit harder to get there.
Mhm.
Is it too high? Let's take it down a little bit. Like, hey, we're working too hard. So that's just a way that we can measure to make sure that people aren't overtraining or undertraining.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. I did an Orange Theory class a few years ago, and that was my favorite part about it. It just
Yeah.
that constant objective feedback into your
Yeah.
workout is so fun. For like especially someone probably like you too, like it's kind of a nerd about this stuff.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so cool to just be like, okay, well, I know I want to hit this benchmark. Maybe for this next one, I gotta bring it down a little bit or bring it back up. And it's just that
Right.
constant feedback is so fun.
Right. And we track things called splat points, which is time spent in what is the orange and the red zone. So that orange zone is going to be like 84 to 88% of your max heart rate, which
Yeah.
is calculated all in our system. And that's going to be on your arm. Again, the performance tracker, it's reading throughout class. What we want is to get 12 or more minutes into that zone. And that
Mhm.
zone is your anaerobic zone. So where your muscles are working without oxygen. So if you spend 12 minutes in that anaerobic zone, you leave the workout, your muscles are trying to get that oxygen back into the body. And a result, your metabolism can be boosted after your workout. So like that's a goal to have right there. Then also
Yeah.
we have like the green zone, which is your aerobic zone where you're gonna where your muscles work with oxygen, and that's where you burn the most calories. So like it's like, hey, spend a bunch of time in the green zone. Let's get our 12 or more splat points. So it's like
Yeah.
there's different things to look at. Some people
Mhm.
go as far as like looking up on the screen to see who's doing what. If they have
Yeah.
a friend in class, they're being competitive, they're
Yeah.
trying to beat them, or
Yeah.
so
That's
it's
what I did. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so not just lifting heavy, but let's see who's working harder because
Yeah.
everybody's at a different place. Someone can
Yeah.
maybe lift 20 versus 30 pounds, but
Mhm.
we can all measure our effort the same way to know
Yeah.
I worked just as hard as you did, even though it wasn't as fast or as heavy or, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be.
Yeah. For sure. That's awesome. As a coach, is how much of that education do you provide during like kind of your typical session? Is that kind of varied between the
Yeah,
people or?
it's pretty constant as far as coaching to what the heart rate is at. It's going to change as far as what the actual workout is. Like if it's a power day on the treads, we're doing all outs and we're doing
Yeah.
walks for the most part. So we're going to spike the heart rate, we'll drop it low. We want to hit like max effort, then we want a full recovery so we can maintain max effort.
Mhm.
Whereas if it's like an endurance day, it's like, hey, we want to see a gradual increase in that heart rate. Then we want to see you be able to drop it a little bit because what we're doing is running in intervals. Then we
Yeah.
want to see you take it up a little bit higher. All right, drop it back down, take it back to a steady place. There's also days where we're going to run with a little bit of incline on the treadmill, which is going to help you build strength in your lower body. And that's going to feel just like one of those endurance days, but in a different way to where you're building muscle, you're building strength in your lower body
Yeah.
while you're running.
Cool.
So it's constantly every day, you're looking at the screen, you see what the workout is, and you're finding a way to get the message across to the members that this is how you should feel when you should feel it.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. As far as your guys' location, the experience that you guys have created,
Yeah.
what's the atmosphere like? What can you kind of expect if you're going into your first class working with you?
Yeah, I think everybody in our community is very welcoming and supportive. I think like if you come and take your first class and you're 605 and you're like, hey, I'm going to be 605 Monday through Friday. Well, guess what? There's about 20 other people who are also 605 Monday through Friday, which is
Yeah.
a good thing. Because now
Yeah.
if you miss a day, you come back on Thursday, then all of a sudden people are like, hey, where were you at
Yeah.
yesterday?
That
So
accountability. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's a very unique community in that sense where everybody is kind of holding each other accountable, right?
Mhm.
It's a super positive atmosphere. Like everybody is here to improve. Everybody's here to improve something, whatever their goal may be. We have people that are looking to run marathons, people that are training for the high rocks. We have people just looking to improve their health as far as like maintaining their ADLs and
Yeah.
continuing to be independent in life for the older members. So the range is anywhere people from 14 to 80 years old, like for real, like we help and train everybody.
Cool. Cool. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. You mentioned High Rocks. That has like skyrocketed in the past few years. Has
Yeah.
kind of transferred now to you guys? You get a lot of people wanting to do that?
So we do a little bit of it now. So we do some high rocks training classes. My location in downtown St. Pete offers two training classes on Wednesday at noon and on Saturdays at 8:45. and they're just they're workouts that are to elicit the same like heart rate response, the same
Yeah.
feel, the same amount of fatigue that a high rocks would give you. We're working muscle groups on the weight floor that you're going to be using for the high rocks, right?
Hmm.
So anything that we're doing is geared up for your success during the high rocks. We're not just going to throw in something random in those training sessions that wouldn't benefit you for that actual race.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, I think you guys are really well equipped to transfer your training towards kind of some high rocks focused group,
Right.
especially while the heart rate, information and all the endurance training you guys already
Yeah.
focus on. It's really, really good. So that's cool. Yeah, awesome. So with so many different types of gyms and training available today, like what do you think makes Orange Theory unique? Like why are you guys special?
I think it is because of that wide range of people we can help. Like I said, we have people that are 14 years old, we have people that are 80 years old, and this workout works for each one of them individually. The coaches here, we guide you through the workout, we push you through the workout, we challenge you, we give you options if you need those options. Like I said earlier, you can power walk, you can run, you can jog. There's things that we do like on the weight floor that we're jumping. Well, we can't jump. Okay, let's give you an option where you're doing the same thing, working just as hard, but in a way that's more beneficial for you.
Yeah,
So it's group fitness, but it really is like personal training at the same time. The
yeah,
coaches are around the room leading everything and watching everyone all at once, basically, leading the treads through what they're doing, but also keeping an eye on the weight floor and seeing if anybody needs help with anything. And I think that's kind of like the unique aspect that we bring.
no, that's cool. What do you like? You're in the fitness space, and I'm in it too, and
Yeah.
I'm always looking on, social media or checking people out in the gym. Like what do you see? What's kind of the biggest mistakes you see people make, and you wish you could kind of, tell
Uh,
one thing like, hey, like let's just try to focus on this.
right. I think there's a couple things. The first one that I see a lot of is like rushing through the actual lift and not
Yeah.
getting everything out of it that you can. It's not about doing it fast, it's about the quality of the rep. Like if you're doing a squat, for instance, it's not about going down and up as fast as you can.
Yeah.
The slower you go, the longer under tension those legs are, and it's going to break down the muscles so they can be built back up stronger, right? So
Yeah.
if we're using like a slower tempo, what we're doing is increasing time under tension in the lower body.
Hmm.
So that's kind of one big one is people think fast, fast, fast. I have to go quick. That's how I'm working hard when that's not always the case. So
Yeah.
telling those people, reminding those people like, hey, let's slow down, like take your recovery. It says rest on the screen. We said rest because what we want you to do is to recover so you can lift heavier when that second one comes around. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes. Yes. 100%. Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like,
sure you deal with the same thing.
yeah, man, the biggest thing I see all the time is rest. People just
Yeah,
want to, they're like, I'm working out. Like I'm here, I'm gonna get my things, hit my sets, go to the next
yeah.
one.
Think
And
it's a
yeah,
race.
yes, right, yeah, exactly. We gotta always remind them, hey, like rest is important. We want you
Yeah,
to get your most output out of every set,
right.
right? That's the goal. And
Yeah,
so if you're not rested and you're still recovering from that last set, then this next one you're gonna do is not gonna be your 100%.
right.
So yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
It's always something we deal with.
And then the second thing I that comes to mind right away, we kind of touched on it earlier too, is just people not understanding what we're doing and why we're doing it. So the next one is just educating people what we're doing and why we're doing it. A lot of times people that start doing lifts or exercises that we're not coaching, it's not because they're wanting to not listen to us, it's because they don't understand what they're getting out of it. So just
Yeah.
educating them on why we're doing a hip bridge or why we're doing a squat or where you're feeling this movement at or where you should feel this movement at, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's not that they aren't wanting to do the workouts, that they don't understand why they're doing it or what that muscle group is that we're working. So it's about educating on the purpose and the why behind things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's important for us too. They come in for hip pain and we start working on their glute strength and they're like, why are we
Yeah,
doing this? It hurts on the side of my hip. Like, why aren't we doing something
right.
there? So that just the education portion is
Yeah,
so important for a lot of people and can be kind of
yeah,
tricky sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, definitely can.
Yeah. Um, Okay, so you've coached a lot of different people in your time,
Oh
I
yeah.
assume. So what separates the members that are making lasting progress from the ones who kind of struggle to stay, consistent and meet their goals?
I think a couple things. Consistency, getting in here. If you're going to commit to 3 days a week, let's see you in here 3 days a week. Like if that
Yeah.
is your goal, if that is what you're working towards, then perfect. Like that's how many times we want to see you.
Hmm.
So staying consistent in the routine, finding that routine, finding one that works for you and committing to it.
Hmm.
I think a lot of it too, like you're with me, you're coaching, you're getting coached, you're at Orangetheory for an hour. Like that's a small portion of your day. So
Yeah.
you're getting the exercise you need, but now what are you doing outside the studio? Like, are we
Hmm.
still moving? Are we still being active? What's our diet look like? Like, are we eating more of good things and less of bad things? Like
Yeah.
less ice
Yeah.
cream, less sweets, things like that, more salads, more,
Yeah.
proteins of that nature, more fruit. Are
Hmm.
we drinking water? Are we drinking like soda or pop? Like, is it more sugary drinks? Is it healthier drinks? So
Yeah.
just getting them to understand that just because you come in here and work out for an hour, you got your 12 splat points, you burned a bunch of calories. We're not going to
Hmm.
go home and sit down the rest of the day, be sedentary, and eat ice cream
Hmm.
and pizza.
Yep.
Of course, you can have ice cream and pizza, but
Yes. Yes.
all in,
Yes. Moderation, of
yeah,
course.
in everything in
Yeah.
moderation, right? So I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
that's kind of the a big separator too, is people for it clicking to people that this is part of my day. This isn't
Hmm.
going to change everything. Like this
Hmm.
is the start or this is the end of the day, depending on when they're taking class, right? But this is part of the process. Outside, what I do matters just as much. Finding excuses to go on walks, finding excuses to do any kind of physical activity outside
Hmm.
of what outside of an Orangetheory workout itself. Just
Yeah.
find more ways to move more, sit less. I think
Yeah.
that's a big thing, especially like in our worlds.
Yeah.
We're also sedentary. A lot of people work from home, things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big separator.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Even from a rehab perspective, we can strengthen muscles, load tendons, do all these, increase range of motion, all these things in clinic, but there's so much research out there just showing how important overall fitness and
Yeah,
activity is in terms of improvement in all different types of injuries. So, while what we do is important here, it's equally important to just try to get your overall health improved,
yeah,
your overall
most
fitness.
definitely. And
Um,
a lot of like lower body injuries can be weight bearing issues as well. So like
yeah.
you got knee aches, hip pains. Like start. It could be weight related where you lose weight, and all of a sudden
Yes. Yeah.
some of that pressure in those
Yeah.
joints free up.
It's a hard conversation to have with some people.
Yeah,
But it's true. It's true.
yeah,
It's all load tolerance, right? So
yeah,
you can modify load in different ways, and that's one of them for sure.
yeah,
Okay, so it's really important for us to help people start building healthy habits. And part of that, like we talked about, is getting into a gym, getting active. But for a lot of people, that initial start can be really intimidating. What
yeah.
would you say to someone they've been like thinking, wanting to start going to a gym, start getting active, but they've been putting it off because yeah, they're a little scared.
Yeah. I think it's okay to feel uncomfortable in this sense,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's being uncomfortable that's going to push you into the place that you want to be. I think here at Orangetheory, we do a great job of being family. When you come through the doors, we're going to welcome you in right away. It's not going to be like, hey, jump into the workout and go. We will give you an introductory process to get you comfortable with what the structure of the workout is, with all the equipment in the room. You might even meet a few people that are going to be in that class. I like to introduce my first timers to the person next to them and be like, hey, this is so and so. If I can't get to you, they've taken over 300 classes here. So feel free to ask them a question. And when I can, I'll be right next to you to help you along. Right. So I think just the first step is just showing up. Then after
Mhm.
that, I promise it's not as uncomfortable or as scary as you might expect it to be. Like we want you to be successful, right?
Mhm.
I always want people to leave my classes feeling accomplished, feeling successful, and feeling that they had a good time. And if we check those three boxes, why wouldn't you want to come back?
Yeah, yeah, cool. No, that's awesome. And I know you've touched on it a little bit already,
Yeah,
but Orange Theory it's designed for everyone, right? That could be
yeah,
beginners, that could be experienced athletes,
right,
it could be
right.
older adults. It's kind of you kind of have a good range there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, for instance, to dive into it a little bit, we do things called pushes. So, a
Mhm.
push is just effort on the treadmill to get your heart rate higher. So, I'm going to say, hey, we're going into a push. We want the heart rate to come up to this zone. We want to be at
Mhm.
this percentage. We want to see this color on the screen. I'll say something of that sort. But ultimately, you're hitting that button to decide how hard you personally have to work to get to that place that we're looking for.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
if you are a power walker, maybe you're not a runner, and that's completely fine, We are
Mhm.
not going to change your speed and walk faster. You're going to take your incline up higher to take your heart rate up higher.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a jogger and runner and we're going for that effort where we're looking to get uncomfortable, then we add that speed. Maybe you need 6 miles per hour. Maybe somebody that runs marathons or is a sprinter is up
Yeah.
more towards 10 or 11 miles per hour. So we use phrases to get to the places, the heart rate responses we're looking for, but it's not like, hey, you need to be here. Because everybody's at a different place on their journey, and that's how we're able to coach such a wide variety, such a wide range of people.
Hmm. Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far
No.
as even as far as injuries go,
Hmm.
our treadmills themselves are super unique. Never seen any like them because there aren't any
Yeah.
other treadmills like ours. We have
Yeah.
something called a flex deck. So as you're striding in the middle of the treadmill, it absorbs your impact. So it kind of
Cool.
feels a little trampoline-y. So it helps
Yeah.
out your joints, your knees, your ankles, your hips. For instance, I had a newer member probably about 3 months ago. He came in,
Mhm.
he's like, hey, I'm going to be a walker. I can't run my knee. I said, okay, start walking, feel what this treadmill feels like. And he's like, oh, this feels pretty nice. Like, I kind of want to try running. I said, all right, let's give it a shot. He has
Yeah.
not walked one time in class yet. Like every class he's in there running because of that impact absorption on the treadmill. Now, for some people, there may be like meniscus tears and they're coming
Yeah.
back slowly off of that, or maybe their lower body injuries are a little bit more serious. We have
Yeah.
options as well. So if the treadmill is not something that works for you, we have bikes and then we have a strider or an elliptical.
Hmm.
So you can still do the same efforts, work just as hard as the people on the treadmill, but in a mode, the bike or the strider, that is better equipped for your body.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's such a huge part of rehab in our setting is trying to maintain your activity level, but just do it in different ways, right? That
Yeah.
that might
Yeah.
load you in different areas and feel better.
Exactly.
It's so important. So many people come in, they're like, man, I want to go, I want to go bench, I want to squat, I want to do all these crazy things, but I
Yeah.
can't because I've got this pain. And so you see their mindset and you really want them to not lose that, right? That's so
Right.
important for someone's energy, for their mental health. And so we really just try to work with everyone on just finding different areas where they can substitute just temporarily,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But substitute so you can maintain your activity level, keep
Right.
doing what you like to do. So that's really
Yeah.
nice.
We do a lot of that, like on the weight floor. A lot of my older members, they're with lower body limitations, their range of motion is a little bit limited. And it's like, hey, we're going heavy today. We're going, lift an aggressive dumbbell. We only want to have 6 reps here. Well, for them, that doesn't necessarily work. What they need is increased range of motion, right? They
Mhm.
can't do a full squat. They can't get low enough. So we use our TRX straps. They use those straps. They hold the straps. They use the
Yeah.
straps to hit the squat. The straps there to help them up. So
Mhm.
it's all about approach with the members too. Telling them like, hey, this is where we're at right now. This is why we're doing what we're doing. We want to increase range of motion so we can build from there. Like
Yeah.
doing partial reps is only going to get you so far. What we
Yeah.
want is that full range of motion.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. We love TRX straps. We use them all the time.
Yeah,
They're great.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
There's other ways that we can improve our health. We kind of touched on it before, but like how important are things like sleep, nutrition, stress management, all that for kind of improving your fitness, but also for recovery, kind of touch
Yeah.
on.
Definitely. I think a lot of times we'll see people come in the morning and their performance tracker, their heart rate will reflect what their night looked like.
Yeah. Wow.
Sometimes
That's
people
cool.
that I know have like a lower heart rate
Yeah.
naturally, and they come in and all of a sudden they're real high. I'm like, hey, what'd you get up to last night? Did you go out to dinner? Did you
Yeah.
have any
Yeah. Yeah.
drinks? Like, what did your sleep look like? And they're like, oh, yeah, I had a few drinks. I stayed up a little bit late, but I'm still here. I'm like, yeah, that's great. You're here. I could just tell your heart rate's a little bit higher than
Yeah.
normal. So it can kind of give you that real time, like, this is what I did yesterday, and this is what my impact is today, which is
Yeah.
really cool as a nerd to look at and
Yeah.
understand. But it's cool
Yeah.
as a person too. You'd be like, oh, I can actually see how what I'm doing activity wise or food intake wise or not getting enough rest, how that impacts my heart rate and how I function and how,
Yeah.
I can perform on a daily basis.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. That's probably my personal favorite thing that you guys do is those fitness trackers.
Yeah.
I love, do you wear like a fitness wearable, like a watch or
Uh,
something like that?
I have an Apple Watch. I use an
Yeah,
Apple
yeah,
Watch.
yeah.
I've also tried out the Aura Ring when I'm
Yeah,
working out in studio. I'll wear what we have, the OTB. So I use a couple of different things. Yeah,
yeah. I really want like either a Whoop or Google just made one, the Fitbit Air or something like that. Just to
yeah,
just always have that data on myself.
yeah.
And you can know you got to be careful because sometimes you might have maybe a poor sleep score or
Right.
poor. higher heart rate or something like that, and you can't let it affect your
Yeah.
workouts, right? You
You
gotta
can
take
use it as
everything
a
with salt.
tool, but not
Yes,
the end all be all.
yes, exactly. I feel
In our
sometimes people do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and our performance trackers that we have in studio, you can't connect any performance tracker to our equipment, so they're unique to just us. So
Sweet.
it's a monitor that goes on your arm, and that's what reflects on the screen. That's what reflects on your treadmills. That's what reflects at your rower. That's what's reading your pulse. What's giving you your heart rate throughout class. So you can only see all of that in studio if you have what we have, which is that OT beat. But you can use that OT beat outside the studio. So you can use it with Bluetooth, connect it in your app, in your Orangetheory app, and you can use it that way. So it's an Orangetheory thing, but also an outside of Orangetheory thing. But it kind of, like I said, it makes sure that coaches are making sure you're not overtraining or undertraining throughout your
Hey,
workouts.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Is that something members can use on their own time?
Yeah. So on their own, that performance tracker is theirs. So they
Yeah.
purchase it when they buy their membership, and then they can use it in the app whenever they want. They turn it on, connect it through Bluetooth, use it in their app, and then after they get done, they'll get like after they hit finish workout or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, they'll get a summary of what their heart rate looked like throughout that training session.
Mhm.
So I like to tell people to use it as a tool. If you're using Orangetheory, but you're also working out elsewhere, that's completely fine. We don't have to be the end all be all, right? But you can use the performance tracker to measure, I'm working this hard there versus this hard there. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm getting more out of one or the other.
Yeah.
And then you can actually see the data of, am I getting more out of one or the
Yeah.
other,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
No, that's super, super cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Unique.
Yeah, no, awesome. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about the Orange Theory community,
Yeah.
and kind of how it is here in St. Pete. Um, we obviously have talked a lot about how important this community is and how cool it is. Can I describe the culture that you guys have and why it's special?
Yeah, I think it's everybody's uplifting. Everybody wants everybody's best.
Mhm.
Like I said, like on a benchmark day, people get off the tread and they'll talk to the other members on the other side of the room, like, "Hey, how did you do? How was it in there?
Mhm.
What were your speeds like today? Oh, how was the weight floor? How's the body feeling?" So
Yeah.
everybody's super friendly. Everybody's in here for one goal, and that goal is
Mhm.
to improve their health, right? It's
Mhm.
never you know, one of those gym like a box gym where you kind of feel like you're shy off in the corner with
Yeah.
all like the regulars over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody in here is family. And I think that's what's unique. That's what separates us from other places.
Yeah.
We as a staff constantly are holding you accountable to what your goals are and to what your plan is, right? So if your goal is to lose 10 pounds, by the start of the year, whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, well, we need you in here 4 times a week. Then if we're not seeing you 4 times a week, we're going to give you a call. We're going to shoot you a text and make sure you're okay, number one, and two,
Yeah.
to remind you like, hey, this is what you're working towards. We need you in here this many times if this is what you want to be at, if this is what
Yeah.
your goal is. So I think, and everybody's different. So everybody's goals are different. So it's on us to know what those goals are and help members along the way reach each one of those goals.
That's cool. Yeah, that's so important to have a good like family
Yeah,
close knit atmosphere, just to create that comforting environment and bring people in,
yeah,
keep them wanting to come back,
right.
because exercise can be kind of vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah,
You're working hard. Sometimes you're doing worse than where you want to be, and you want to be around people who you know are going to support you, are going to uplift you, and you don't get
right.
where.
And I think that we do a good job of making exercise fun too. Like the amount of
Mhm.
people that leave after their first class said that was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. And
Yeah.
like to me, like that's also rewarding. Like, okay, I did my job. I created a positive
Yes.
environment where that
Yeah.
someone wants to come back to, right?
Yeah.
If you're not having fun, why would you do something? Like
Yeah.
that's if it's not fun, it's only going to last so long, right? Because you're
Yeah.
thinking I'm forced to do this. But if you're having a good time and you want to be there, you're more likely to continue doing that.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's how you're going to get those fitness benchmarks that we talked about that are
Yeah,
so,
yeah. To touch more on
yeah.
the community, we'll do events as well. So we've done stuff, at breweries where we all meet up. Like we invite
Oh,
the whole,
sweet.
like we invite the staff goes. We invite all the member base. Whoever wants to come can come. We've held events at the studio where we bring in vendors. Like we've had people doing cold plunges here. We'll
Yeah.
bring in like nutrition shops and things of that nature.
Uh,
So we bring in other local businesses to help promote them to reach out to our members so that our
yeah.
members have access to all this stuff as well. So
Mhm.
that's more like on the community more on the community aspect too, is where we kind of bring in all of St. Pete and we're all kind of working together towards a healthier life.
Yeah, no, I love that you guys did that. We just did, or yeah, I personally just went and did a pop-up at the Tyrone location.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. Like just
Yeah.
getting to see everyone come in smiling. They can come in, ask questions about injuries. I had a
Yeah.
little treatment table there.
Yeah.
But just to be a part of that community was
Hmm.
special. I think it
Yeah.
gave me real insight to how you guys work together. And I'm sure it's the same thing there at your downtown
Yeah.
location. Uh,
So I actually coach at both currently. I coach at
oh,
the Tyrone.
cool.
I was at Tyrone this morning. So
Oh,
that's where I was at
sweet,
this morning.
sweet.
And now I'm at downtown right now. So I've at Tyrone, I've been there for like 4 years. So I just
Awesome.
recently, well, not recently, I've been here for two, but now I'm promoted to head coach here for the
Yeah.
past month. So I'm going to be here primarily, but I've
Yeah.
been over there for the past 4.5 years. So just
Yeah.
over there this morning.
That's awesome. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it looks like they got a good group over there.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
definitely,
Nice.
definitely. And I feel like that's like the theme with all the Orange theories too, is that
Mhm.
the location can change, but the vibes remain pretty much the same from location to location because we're all preaching the same thing, right?
I think here in St. Pete, we have such a good fitness community. I've lived in Seattle, come from other
Yeah,
cities, and it's different. I feel like there's people here, you see them running on the street. Everyone's always active. We like to go to Vinoy. You see
yeah,
everyone running, outside with their dogs. Obviously, the weather is really helpful with that. Um, how do you see Orange Theory continuing to grow with the community here?
yeah. I think that Orange Theory is a great escape from the heat in Florida. Like I
No,
think
there
that's
you
the thing.
go.
Like
Yeah.
people love to run, but when midsummer hits and it's a
Yeah.
hundred from 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. again, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
heat
Oh,
just does
yeah.
not let up. I'm originally from Indiana, so I'm used to the seasons. I came here, I'm like, yeah, the heat's real. I like it a lot more than winters, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
you use us as a place to train indoors when outdoors is not ideal for you, right? We
Mhm.
offer classes like they're called Tread 50, where it's just 50 minutes of just treadmill, just 50 minutes of cardio. So if you're someone that's like, I already lift somewhere else, I don't need strength training. Okay,
Mhm.
we'll take one of our Tread 50 classes, spend 50 minutes with our flex deck, absorbing impact, spend 50
Yeah.
minutes training with our endurance, strength, or power workout, and then do it in the air conditioning.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's been brutal trying to if I'm outside for more than an hour, I'm full sweat
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
You got to be
definitely.
either AC or by the water. I think that's kind
Right.
of you got to
Yeah,
spend in the summer.
find a breeze. That's important.
Yeah, find a breeze. What's kind of the best way for people watching this? How do they schedule their first class? How do they come get to know you
Yeah.
guys?
So you can schedule your first class online. You can give us a call. You can go on our website and see what locations are closest to you. You can do all your bookings online. You can find us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere. If you pass the studio and you want to just come in, feel free to walk in. We're staffed throughout the day, so you can come in and talk to some of our sales associates or even our studio manager. Maybe some of the coaches are there as well. We're staffed about 12 hours a day. So you can come in at any time and chit chat with us and get booked for your first class. Your first class with us is free, so it's a trial. See how it goes, see how it feels, and then we'll get you going on a program. We'll the coach will prescribe what they think is best for you based on what you tell us your goals are. So we customize what that programming is for you individually.
Some rapid fire questions before we finish up. Your caffeine in general, you do it before or after your workout?
Ooh, before,
Gotta be before. Yeah,
before,
yeah.
unless it's Orange Theory, because caffeine affects heart rate and
There
it's
you
heart
go.
rate based. So if you drink
Yes,
caffeine before an Orange Theory workout, results may vary. But
yes.
for me in a personal workout, if I'm just going to lift, I'll do caffeine before.
Yeah, yeah, got to have a little pre-workout for sure. Yeah. Okay, morning classes or evening classes?
Morning classes.
Morning classes. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, I gotta do it
Wake up
early.
and
Yep,
yeah, wake
yep.
up and get after it. If I have time to wait or time to think about it, or the day, you never know what it's going to bring. Get it done early.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Favorite Orange Theory station?
Ooh, treadmill, because outside of Orange Theory, I would not go on a run willingly. Like I said,
Yeah,
we
there
make
you
it
go.
fun in here and we have those flex decks in here. So I'd say treadmill because it makes me do something I wouldn't do elsewhere.
Nice, nice. Okay. Favorite exercise?
Oof, that's a good one. I like thrusters. It's a full body motion, full body
Yeah.
workout. You're going low into a squat, and then you're using a squat to help hit a overhead press. So it's kind of you got everything working, everything's engaged, everything's
Yeah.
active in that.
Awesome. Least favorite exercise?
Mm. Probably probably burpees. Yeah. Don't
Burpees.
don't love I always feel bad when I have to coach them too. It's like,
It was
guys, I don't
brutal.
make the workout. I just have to coach the workout. Don't get me
Um,
wrong. Good for you. You feel good after, but you don't feel good during.
I just saw a video of someone doing burpees for a mile.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were track and burpeed a mile. Oh my
right.
gosh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's it's like the high rocks. They do a burpee and then they do like a leap
Yes.
forward, then go right
Yes.
into the burpee. And
Yep.
it's just like jumping's enough. You want to add burpee into it too?
Yeah.
Like
That's crazy. No, that's awesome. Okay, what do you like more, cardio or strength training?
strength training.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. You got to do your cardio though.
Yeah.
You got to do your
Yeah.
cardio. Find your
That's
time.
why I said that's why my favorite station is treadmill. I'm
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
to balance
There you
myself.
go. Self-improvement. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
what's your favorite post-workout meal?
Ooh, probably Chipotle.
Yeah,
Big
me
Chipotle
too.
lover, yeah.
Yeah.
And I try my best to make two meals out of it, but it doesn't always work that way.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can't. I need it.
Yeah,
I eat Chipotle breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I can.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, what's your favorite way to spend a day off?
With my wife, with my dog, we like to spend a lot of time outside, beaching. I
Yeah,
like playing golf personally. She's not a golfer, so that means time away from her. So she probably doesn't love that I love to golf, but
yeah,
it fuels my competitive nature. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. Bring her on the cart. Bring her on the cart.
Yeah, yeah. I have before. She
Get
can
a
just ride
person.
along, and I'll tell her
Yeah,
what club I need.
yeah, exactly. You got a personal caddy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I love golf too. Man,
No,
wife the same way. You gotta just slowly introduce it.
it's
Maybe she'll start
balanced.
playing a
Yeah.
little bit.
I
Yeah.
keep telling her, I was like, I'm gonna buy you clubs for your birthday. And she's like, I
There
didn't
you go.
ask for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but you're gonna use them.
Yeah. Exactly what she wants, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
If you weren't a coach at Orange Theory, what would you be doing?
Oh man, good question. Oof. I would probably be something into business,
Yeah.
something in a business related field. I'd probably have more of a desk job than I do now for sure. And I don't think I'd be as happy as I am now. I
Yeah.
think that everything kind of worked out the way it needed to be. And that if it didn't work out this way, and I lived a different life where I went to Kelly School of Business at IU,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be in the mood I am right now.
Yeah. Good. Hey, that's good. That's good to hear. What's one phrase that your members hear from you all the time? Something you repeat all the time.
They they make fun of me a lot for it. I have like things that I say on each day of the week. So like on Tuesday, I'm
Okay.
always telling people Taco Tuesday. On
Yeah.
Wednesday, I'm always talking about Hump Day. On Thursday, I'm calling it Friday Junior. So I'm
Nice.
constantly
Friday
just
Junior.
like introducing the days of the week to them, like they don't know what day it is. So
Yeah.
I get a little bit of I get a little bit for that.
Hey, you got to have a little, lighten up the mood before you're starting.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Like I
perfect.
said, if it's not fun, you're not coming back.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. One word to describe the Orange Theory community.
One word to describe the Orange Theory community.
I have an idea from what you've told me.
Let's hear it.
Family.
Family, yeah,
You've
definitely.
mentioned it a lot.
Yeah, family.
If you mentioned it at multiple locations, I think that's a perfect way to describe your
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it right on the head there.
Yeah.
Family is definitely it.
I always like to finish with one final question. Okay. If you
All
could
right.
leave our audience here with one piece of advice, maybe something that's helped your career, could be fitness, not fitness, what would it be?
I think just moving, just move more, sit less, like do anything you can to be active, whether it's in Orange Theory, whether it's out of Orange Theory. Find excuses to get up and move your body. We only have one, we got to take care of it. And I think coupling that with everything in moderation, right? So, like I mentioned earlier, eat more of the good things, eat less of the bad things. I'm not saying don't ever eat ice cream because I love ice cream. I have the biggest sweet tooth in the world,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's all about portion control, right?
yeah,
Like you don't want to cut things out cold turkey because then all of a sudden one day you're gonna be like, I want this, and you eat a whole tub of ice cream, and that's no good
yeah,
for
yeah,
anybody,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So everything in moderation, more
Yeah,
of the good, less of the bad. Keep the body moving, stay
yeah,
healthy.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's something I say all the time. We see people of all ages, right? And the people throughout the whole range that are always moving, always active, they're the ones that are typically better off. So,
Yeah,
it's an important tip. Thanks so much for joining us today. I had a lot of fun. This was pretty
yeah,
awesome.
So did I. This was great. It was nice chatting with you. I'm happy to spread the word. It was nice learning about a little bit of what you do as well.